Hey, so today I'm here to film a video. Haven't done this in a while. I feel like I don't want to explain myself every time I don't film for a while. I'm just gonna say I didn't feel like it. Didn't know what to film, didn't feel like it, so I took a break. But I'm back now to play with some makeup, and I wanted to show you these weird ass eyebrow tattoos that I got from eBay. They're like regular temporary tattoos, except they're eyebrows. And yeah, I've used them and I find them to be pretty interesting. I don't know how well they would work for someone who had hair on their eyebrows, but for me, with my very light faded microbladed eyebrows where there's no hair, it's pretty interesting because it really looks like real hair. The main problem I've had with these is that it's kind of hard to get them both lined up exactly where they need to be, and then if they're not lined up, I end up having to like go in with makeup, which the interesting thing is you can put makeup on top of these, like fill them in. I did it. It looks so badass. I'll show you the picture because it looked like real hairs. I don't know, I've never seen my eyebrows look like they had real hairs like that before, except for when I actually had real hairs, but mine were like blonde and like horrific, very tiny. So anyway, yeah, I've cut these to sizing. The weird thing about this is you get like a big piece of paper thingy with eyebrows on it, and they go from like a large size to like a really small size, and I don't get it because if I find a size that I really like, then I only can use it one time. They're supposed to be like waterproof and you should be able to wear them for like a few days, I guess. I think you definitely could if you didn't put makeup on top of them and then like have to wipe the makeup off, but I did that for 2 days and they stayed on pretty decently. And you can like rub over them, they don't move. It's very weird. But yeah, so my biggest problem was placing them correctly so that they both looked the same. So I do find that they go on better if I completely shave my eyebrows, like with a razor that I use to shave my legs, because the little stubbles, they can cause issues. I really just want to show you how cool this is. Don't know if anybody else in the world will care, but I like it. Okay, there's definitely other shapes and sizes, and maybe those would fit my brows a little bit better. I've ordered some other ones, they're just not here yet, so I'm just working with this shape. It's not awful, but it's not exactly right. You're gonna ignore how gross this rag looks. It's not disgusting, it just has hair dye all over it. Also, dyed my hair earlier. It looks not so great around the hairline, but oh well. I'm going to be putting in hair extensions soon, so those roots needed dealt with. I've been wearing a lot of wigs recently, but I just kind of wanted to switch it up, go back to hair extensions. Okay, well, this one, he didn't fit all the way. This is gonna need some makeup. This is probably one of the worst ones I've done just for you guys. I'm gonna do the other side real quick off camera. Okay, so I've tried to help this one. Okay, this side I put makeup on top of the tattoo, but this side, I just want to show you like how hairy it looks. We're gonna ignore my actual, like this, but this, oh wait, and this, okay, but that looks like real hair, and the shine goes away. I don't know, this side doesn't look shiny. I think if I put a little bit of brow pencil on top or powder on top, the shine will go away. But all I did to this side, let's take my little J-Cat brow pencil and color in these weird empty spots where my eyebrows don't match up. And then I even take it through like on top of the hair. Anyways, we're gonna move on now. So my Jeffree Star Cremated palette finally arrived. It took forever, it seemed like. This is what it looks like. You've probably all seen it. I don't know if I have high expectations for this because sometimes Jeffree Star palettes are a little patchy and he acts like they're the best thing ever, and they're not. But I do like the other ones that I have. So I like cool tones, so I wanted to get this palette, but I've come to realize when I'm tan, I like warm tones a little bit more. But I'm gonna play with this today anyway, but I think I would get more use out of it whenever I am my regular pale self. I also got one of the lip glosses. This one's in the shade Heaven's Gate. This one was the lightest one, and honestly, it's really pretty. The packaging is stunning. I don't know, this is like a pearl looking color, and I just think it looks so pretty. But yeah, I feel like I put it on my lips, it looks really pretty and just kind of like shiny. I think the darker ones might look a little weird probably because they're like more gray, but this one is very pretty. Also, it smells really good. I don't know what it's supposed to smell like. Maybe he said, but it smells like cupcakes or something to me. The main thing that drove me to this palette is the freaking glittery, beautiful metallic shades. Oh my god. Wow. They look so much better than the ones in his previous palettes. So I'm gonna prime the lid with my anti-aging, what is this? Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer. Then I'm gonna add in some of this e.l.f. Camo Concealer in a really dark shade because I cannot stand whenever I use eyeshadow primer that's supposed to be my skin color and then it looks super light and then my brow bone looks white. So we're gonna try to make this match this. So I don't want to do anything crazy. I want to do what I would consider to be an everyday look for me and what I like, just to see if I can create something that actually looks good. I haven't been doing a bunch of colorful looks recently. It seems crazy, I know. That's what I was posting and doing for so long, but I just feel a little bit more put together when it's just like some neutrals on the eye and then... Okay, I did a lot of swatching, and I think I'm going to start with the shade Life Insurance. It's a gray color. Don't have much to say. I feel like these are all so similar. I mean, they look very different in the pan, but I know they're all going to be probably just a grayish color when I put them on the eye. By the way, okay, this guy that I love to watch was offending me, talking about how he didn't think this palette even needed the bottom two rows because they were so light and like, I'm super pale normally, and so I was like, bitch, they are very necessary, and I can tell you in person, I don't even think they're that light. The bottom row, I mean, they look like regular light colors you would need if you were pale, like for your brow bone or something. And then the next row up looks very much just like transition shades, which is the shade that I'm using right now. I think is like a really good transition-y color for gray tones. And then the top ones, the top two, they do look very dark. But I don't know, I feel like this whole palette is very necessary to create nice looks, you know? And I can tell you this shade is going on beautifully. It's not patchy at all. It looks really nice. Okay, now I'm gonna try to deepen it up with the shade Wednesday, which is just a very much cool toned gray. Some of them look like brown grays, but Alicia used those the other day and was showing me her eyes, and it just looked like a bunch of gray. The grays in my Morphe Icy Fantasy palette, I think they are so great and blendable. They remind me of these, but the ColourPop gray palette that I have, I think it's called Smoke Show. That one's a little hard to blend. So these seem to be better than the ColourPop ones. I feel bad saying that because I love ColourPop, and every 9 pan that I have from them I love, except for the gray black one. It's a little hard to work with. Okay, I'm going to try to deepen this even more. I'm going to go into the shade Gravedigger. Okay, you know what? I feel like I should try the black one just to deepen it a little more. Okay, that blended out into nothing, so I'll just keep packing some more on, I guess. If this doesn't look that great, it was my fault from just not being the best blender, but they blend like a dream. I'm shook. This is great. I want this palette, but in a neutral nude palette. That would be fucking amazing. So I'm gonna take the shade Casket Ready and put it on my brow bone. Wow. My favorite eyeshadow I remember having a long time ago was a shade that looked exactly like this, and it was like a perfect bone color. I think it was in one of the BH Cosmetics palettes that have like a million colors, and I used the crap out of it, and I have never found a bone color that was similar to it, and this just looks beautiful. Okay, none of my brushes are clean, so they kind of look dirty, but nothing's coming off, so I'm gonna use this to dip into the shade Diamond Ashes. This shade looks like I would love it. It looks like pure chunky glitter, and that is my favorite. Wow, I like it. It reminds me of one of my favorite shades in the Morphe Icy Fantasy palette that is just like a white glitter overlay. Except these ones look a little bit more chunky. And I really want to try to put this on top of my highlight and see if it looks pretty, hopefully. A lot of the metallics in here, although they look pretty, they're pretty dark, and I always like to use something very light on my inner corner or the inner half of my eye. So that's kind of why I felt like this was my only option. The next lightest shade that's a metallic color is called Afterlife, but this one doesn't have any glitter in it. It's crazy. Looking at it like in the camera swatched, it looks straight white, but in the palette it looks pure peach. I'm gonna try to take the Afterlife shade that I just swatched and put that on my brow bone just to see what it would look like. Oh, okay. I like the bone color better, but that's a pretty metallic shade for like your brow bone. I don't know. Okay, so I went ahead and cleaned up this line so it wasn't a giant mess, and I tried to wipe off the metallic on my eyebrow bone and put the other color back because I liked it better and I think it looks a lot cleaner that way. Okay, so for eyelashes, I was going to try some that I've never tried before. I ordered these on AliExpress. It came with this many eyelashes for under $4. Yeah, they look really nice, but just comparing them to the other ones that I normally use, I don't know if I'm going to like them. I feel like these might just sit a little flat, like that. They don't look like they have a bunch of this going on, but we'll see. So when I put on new eyelashes, I put on a layer of glue on the eyelash, let it dry completely, and then do another layer. For some reason, I feel like that helps them stick better. And then I also do a layer of glue on my eyelid. You've probably seen me do that before. I have a feeling this video is going to be very long, and I have so many things that I feel like I could talk to you guys about because I haven't made a video in so long. But I don't want to have to edit all of it right now. So I might, you know, keep making videos if anyone cares or watches this one. I was thinking about making a video about my wigs because I have 4 of them now. And I wear them often. It's crazy whenever I go out in public and people are like, I love your hair. I'm like, thanks, it's a wig. And they're like, really? And I'm like, okay, maybe I do know how to apply a wig. If it's not even obvious to people that are in person. I don't think I'm like the best at it, but maybe if I made a video about it, it could help somebody. Okay, I'm back. I look very different. So I did my base, my foundation and stuff, but this is what the eyelashes look like. They are actually really pretty. They seem kind of large. Like when I turn my head, I feel like they might be kind of huge, but my other ones are too, so why would I start caring now? If you don't buy your eyelashes from eBay or AliExpress, what are you doing? So, yeah, I did my base. I used my Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This one's in the shade Golden Beige. This is the closest shade I've found to match the tan situation. And I've tried a lot of new foundations recently. I don't know. I just have the hardest time matching foundation to self-tanned skin. It's always a little off, and I hate bringing my foundation all the way down my neck, so I will just like add some bronzer or just try to do something to help them match without having to drag it all the way down. So I'm gonna contour with this very warm dark bronzer shade from Makeup Forever. I don't even know if they sell this anymore, but it's very nice for instant depth when I'm tan. I don't want to have to build up bronzer for 500 hours. By the way, I have fallen back in love with this stupid damn L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow powder. I'm sure I've talked about this a lot, but I stopped using it because it's been discontinued apparently. But I recently went and found it on, I think I got it on Amazon. I don't know, because I randomly used that one day and I just feel like it makes my face look so much better than any other face powder I've ever used. I don't know why. I know it's got like shimmer, glittery kind of stuff in it, but I don't see that when it's on my face. Okay, wait, maybe I do, but it's not something that I care about at all. I like glowy, glittery type of things, but it's definitely not like crazy looking. I don't think anyone else would even notice. But yeah, so you can still buy that powder on Amazon if you're interested. I literally went and bought, I think, 3 more and I got them in like the lightest shade and then a darker shade than the one I already have, and then I went ahead and repurchased this shade. I feel like I've tried so many different face powders and none ever impressed me, and then this one always looks so good. I don't get it. And then yeah, if I look kind of maybe a little too light on my face, I'll just add some bronzer down there. Try to help it a little. Then if I feel like I really just don't match, I'll add more bronzer down here just to the sides of my neck so that it looks like there's a bunch of different colors and depths happening. I think that kind of helps things to blend a little bit better. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Paradise Enchanted Blush in the shade Charming. This looks very nice on tan skin. I tried to use it, well, I mean, I have used it whenever I was pale, and it still looks very nice, but it blends out a lot easier whenever I'm tan. For highlight, I'm going to use this Soul Body. What is this? This is by ColourPop. It's on Ulta. I don't know if I've talked about this in a video before, but I absolutely love it. It's in the shade Platinum. This is like a goldy shade. I'm not normally a goldy highlighter fan, but this is stunting. It's like the same type of formula as my Wet n Wild highlighter, where it feels kind of like bouncy. Kind of like a gel, so you don't have to wet your brush before you go in if you want it like super intense, but it's just got like a glitteriness to it that's so pretty. And if you want it to be more intense, just go in with your finger. Wow. There's a lighter shade too. I think it might be more pinky, but I was thinking about getting that for when I am pale, because this has been the only highlighter that I've used for a long time. Now I do want to try to go over it with this shade from the Jeffree Star palette, Diamond Ashes. I don't know what this is gonna look like. Oh, okay. Okay. Just adding like more beautiful glitter. That's so pretty. I also bought this other highlighter because I've heard a lot of people talk about it being amazing. This is a Benefit Cookie highlighter. It's pretty, but it's so metallic. Like, I feel like I would be fine with using this when I was pale, but whenever I put this on and I have a tan, dude, it looks like a giant line of just like really like almost white metallic. It's really pretty, but I prefer my highlighters to have glitter in them. If you don't, this is a very pretty unique shade if you can freaking even barely see it. Okay, so I changed and I put on this wig to finish this video. I went ahead and finished the bottom of my eyes. Just put some gray under there, and I put that glittery shade all in the inner corner. It was kind of messy, but like you blend it out and now it looks really pretty. So yeah, I guess I'll just show you what this Jeffree Star gloss looks like. It's very much just a shiny situation. I don't know, I think it's really pretty, but with everything else that I have on, I feel like I should put something darker on with it. So I'm going to take a little bit of this ColourPop Ultra Blotted Lip in the shade Starling and kind of mix it together. But yeah, I think it's very nice. It's very glossy. It doesn't feel as thick as my ColourPop So Juicy gloss. This one, ew, just touching it. It's like everywhere, but I mean, I like both formulas. Okay, so in conclusion, I love this palette. I don't like the front of it. I don't like palettes that have people's faces on them, but whatever. It's his brand, he can do what he wants. But yeah, I'm so very impressed at how this all blended out. It looks so nice. So I think that's all I have to say for this video. If you liked it, if you want to see any more videos, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.